the half-hour mark, and we're going to do a little lightning round to shake things up here. Starting with you, Mr. Messner. What's the best place to stop and enjoy the view along the Kenk?
Oh, jeez. The best place. I have been all over New Hampshire, every corner of the state, and there are so many views, wonderful views in New Hampshire, that it's hard for me to say which is the best. So I love it here. I'll continue going around the state and campaigning.
Thank you. And these are, I should have said 15-second answers. So lightning quick, I guess. Senator Shaheen, what is your favorite place to stop and enjoy the view along the Kenk?
You know, right after you get on the Kenk, there is an old covered bridge that is no longer in operation. That is a beautiful spot there over the creek, and especially when the foliage is at peak.
All right, and still to you, Senator Shaheen, who is one of your political heroes?
Well, in history, it's Marilla Ricker, who was one of the first women in New Hampshire to run for governor before women could get the right to vote. And she consistently fought to try and help women get the right to vote. There's going to be a new memorial to her in the Seacoast. I think she's a great role model.
Mr. Messner, name one of your political heroes.
Yeah, I'd have to say Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, his policies, his peace through strength policy, his economic policies resulted in the end of the Cold War. And that was an incredibly significant event.
Still to you, Mr. Messner, will you be voting absentee or in person?
I'll be voting in person.
And Senator Shaheen, how about you? Voting absentee or in person?
In person.
Okay, also to you, Senator Shaheen, Puerto Rico is holding another referendum on statehood in November. Will you vote in favor of that in the U.S. Senate if they want to join the Union, yes or no?
I'm not going to speculate on that, Adam. It's the same conversation we had earlier, and we have to wait and see what Puerto Rico does, and then we have to see what kind of legislation is brought to Congress.
But if they want to join the Union, should they not be admitted?
Well, again, I think we need to see what the circumstances are around that, what requirements would be part of that, what contributions they might make. I think there are a number of things we need to look at with respect to whether they would become another state.
Mr. Messner, would you support Puerto Rican statehood?
Well, you know, the Democrat non-answers on these issues, like Joe Biden refusing to answer whether the Democrats will pack the court if they take the presidency and the Senate. Same kind of answer. You know, the Democrats want to pack the Senate by bringing in Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia, and they're not answering the question. This election is very important.
That's time,
because
Mr. Messner.
of that.
Okay, let's wrap up the lightning round here with another lighter question. Mr. Messner, where do you buy your New Hampshire maple syrup?
I buy it at the Wolfboro Food Co-op.
And Senator Shaheen, where's your favorite place to buy some New Hampshire maple syrup?
It's at Demerit Hill Farm.